So it's been a while since I did high level teaching on here, but I'll do it. I think the last time I did real high level teaching was probably maybe 2018 and before I left California. So some people get it, some people not, but I'm seeing too many coincidences in movies to not begin it. So let's start off with the energies, right? So the energy of the resurrection or the old or all that has returned and a new energy. So the first thing I'll talk about, like when it comes to Egypt, Kemet, whatever you call it, that same energy or the frequency, the spirits that were in that, who ruled that first dynasty, are back on earth. That same energy and frequency is here, of the different ruling classes and stuff of that first dynasty. So that's why a lot of people are lining up with that energy, because of the spirits, reincarnation. That same energy is right here. Who I'm going to recommend to deep dive into that is Billy Carson. And yeah, excuse me, and Divine Knowledge. Just type in Billy Carson. He'll go deep into the dynasties. But what I want to go into is more of the Moors and when the Moors ruled Europe. So the reason I want to go into this is because the synchronicity I'm seeing in all these movies and shows I'm watching right now. So it's insane. So we have Dune, which is what began it. You got the sand, the spice trade, them in the desert, all of that. Now I'm into Boba Fett. Same thing. In his dreams, the sand, the spice trade. So that's really reminiscent of when the Moors ruled Europe and when the Moors ruled. So they had the spice trade. They're running the different spices. They're paying tribune, or in other words, taxes to the people of the different conquering villages. So that same Egypt dynasty, Moor century energy is here. So that was kind of the background I want to go to. So some of the things that were common scenarios in all of these movies and stuff were kind of the sandworms in terms of the sand dunes. So I have to kind of get deep dive a little bit more into what's going on with the sandworms. But research Moors, and then I'll go and I'll give more background to this. It's kind of, oh man, it's not seen, but one of the richest Moors. You can't really see it on here, but Mansa Musa. So I would look at the Egypt's first dynasties, kind of research that so you can know what type of energy and what things that you're dealing with. And that same ruling class is here. And then, knowing your history makes it easier kind of not to repeat if you know and you know what to kind of look after. So that same ruling class, that same energy is here. That's why in the Bible say we wrestle against not flesh and blood, but in principalities and powers in high places. So it's all the energy frequency thing. So the more you know, the better, the more you'll grow. But like, it's just crazy. So a lot of times when you guys watch these movies, and I'm getting better at this, these are a lot of people, like, I remember back in the day, I used to study and see, like, man, how do they break down these movies like that? Now when I see the synchronicity, I'm finally able to see, like, boom, oh, there's the light switch. This is who they're talking about. So a lot of times in movies, it's really symbology, and they're really things that happen, but they're just transitioning it into like a new form or so. I'm going to continue to watch Boba Fett and see what else, there's going on in there. And then I remember a lot of people are like, oh, it's slow, and the same thing that most people think that spirituality and stuff is subtracted. So the same thing like Dune, the boy was having visions. Boba Fett's having visions. So I'm just like, yo, y'all really have to pay the attention to stuff, because like spirit is giving you the keys. And then secondly, even more dope, just the whole nature of this new year, so I celebrate the new year more. I think it's more logical in terms of February and March-ish, around the Chinese New Year, or the Ethiopian calendar is in March. But same thing, the water tiger. So look up not only the tiger and what that represents and the pride and stuff, but look at water and energy and intuition. So water, just like water signs, anything, that represents the realm of emotions. So more than anything, spirit is really, really asking you, like, and if you have eyes to see, to really go into your intuition and spirit in multiple ways and to get out this illusion. So even where I am so far, even though again I probably only did 2 episodes of Boba Fett, each one of these things are, they're learning deep lessons in dream state, deep lessons in intuition. So the first time when I really learned how to hone in my spiritual gifts and my skills, I asked God to show me things in dreams. I'm like, okay, show me in a dream so I can make it clear. And I could give credit to Pastor Rick, who told me to do that. And the moment I did that, that's starting to help unlock the gifts. But I can see things in multiple ways. And I've been had it, but that really showed clear. So if you get nothing else from my long-winded message, at this time, turn off your TV, turn off your social media, and really, really, really look inside yourself. And if you're a beginner, I would say show it in the dreams, have it in dreams when you remember. When you wake up, write down your dreams, ask questions before you go to bed. That's a good starting path, because the thing about the dream state is there's no resistance, right? So this is a time where, back then, and then Dune was dope with this too. It might have been a lot of physical. This is in the realm of the fourth dimension, which when I say fourth, I mean the mind, right? So there's a lot of psychological warfare that's going on that you guys just don't realize. So it may not be per se the physical. Yeah, they have you physically locked up and locked down and stuff like that. But a lot of the things are the mental, which is a much stronger thing, because there's no need, to do all that physical stuff because you're already doing it yourself. It's just like the best example is, you have an elephant child up to like a little wood peg since they're a child. When they're a child, when they're a baby elephant, it was hard to, so them being on that years, they don't realize how easily they could come up. So that going for the mental saved them a lot of work. So long story short, nothing else. It is critical for you to follow your intuition at this time and look and go deep inside yourself. And the energy flows for the energy in terms of the realm of emotions anyway, with the water tiger. So it's best to go in your energy, your feminine energy for men and women. That's another thing. We all contain masculine and feminine traits as the balance, but this is great to go into that feminine realm for everyone to really get that intuition and motion popping. So peace and love. Anybody else who studies this kind of stuff or studies logic and movies, and the Matrix too, that's another good one, but that's a whole nother tangent. But help me if you have to understand the significance of these sandworms, because I don't understand that yet. But the fact that I believe really big in symbols and signs, the fact that those came up multiple times, if you know what the significance of sandworms is, even in Beetlejuice, like I said, that just now popped in my head. So now that's 3 times. So what, in terms of symbology, does that mean?